When I was young, like in college, I had this idea, right, for like a hip hop magazine, right, and it was called 100 Proof magazine, man. And I was in college in Alabama actually, and you know, doing my thing with it or whatever, trying to make some noise. And I had a homeboy that was, working with me on the idea, right? And he was from another state. He was from Ohio, and he was working with the idea. And I'll never forget. It was end of the spring semester, right? So we go home for the summer. And I'm like, yeah, when we come back, this idea is gonna pop. We're doing our thing. We're about to make it happen. This it's like 99, something like that. And man, dude went home, and I never heard from him again. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We had the plans, everything put together. Dude went home, never heard from him again. And then next thing I know, my magazine pop up online. Next thing I know, because dude, he actually didn't come back to school that fall. So once again, never heard from him again. Next thing I know, that magazine pops off back in his home state. Whole idea, like, didn't even change nothing about it. And they ultimately ended up becoming hip hop magazine of the year. I was definitely tracking it, right? And I used to walk around saying, he stole my idea. He stole my magazine. That was mine. I created this. And I told one of my homeboys, and he was like, man, he said something that shook me up. He's like, wow, don't tell nobody else that ever again. I was like, what you mean? I'm like, I'm pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, he stole my idea. He's like, man, all that I heard when you said that was, I don't execute. All that I heard when you said that was, I don't follow through. It actually made you sound weak, because at the end of the day, if that's really your idea, if that's really for you, if that's really your business, or for some of y'all, this might hurt, if that's really your spouse, if that's really your relationship, guess what? Can't nobody steal what God has for you. Can't nobody steal what's yours. If they do, it's because you gave it to them. If they do, it's because you didn't follow through. If they do, it's because you didn't do the work you were supposed to do to make that happen for you. Can't nobody take what's yours except you. Except you. So get up. Stop crying about it. Stop worrying about it. Stop stressing about it. And if it's something you want, go get it. Let's go.